there?
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes, sir.
All right, it's okay. I think we are.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, all right, I can see. Okay, so we are going to handle the subjunctive mode and the imperative mode.
Okay, sir.
So we have to move a little bit fast. Yeah. Now, we have been doing up to this point actually falls under the indicative mode.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, take note of these vocabularies, especially Ian and Ina, that are used exclusively for the subjunctive mood. Now, we are going to talk about the subjunctive mood. Subjunctive mood is used only in the present and in the aorist tense. In other words, you don't have the subjunctive in all the other tenses. There are few occurrences in the perfect tense. It is the most regular of all moods because it has the tense stem and the form of the present subjunctive of I me. You need to be informed that you will not be given any English translation of the forms that follows because it is difficult to translate the subjunctive mood outside its context. So in other words, whenever we are using words, we will no longer have meanings in front of them because you need the context to determine the meaning of the subjunctive modes. Now, you are familiar with I mean now, the verb to be. Okay, in the subjunctive mood, I mean will be written as O, is, a, omen, ete, osi, or osin. That is the form of the subjunctive of I mean. Now, if you are looking at luo, you now have luo. Now, look at luo. It looks almost identical with the first one. But at the second person, you have lues.
Yes, sir.
At the third person singular, you have lue. At the plural, you have luomen, but the omen is omega, not omicron, like the other one.
Yes, sir.
Then you have the luete, and the luete takes eta, not epsilon, of the other ones. Then you have luosi, which takes omega instead of sigma, and the other one will take u, the diphthong u, but this one just take lu, omega, and c. Okay. Now, in the first aorist, the subjunctive would be luso, luso, luces, luce, lusomen, lucete, and lusosi. In the second aorist, remember we don't have luo in the second aorist. So you have lipo, lipase, lipe, lipomen, lipete, and liposi. In the present middle and passive, the form of the present middle and the present passive is similar. So you have luomai, lue, luetai, luometha, luceste, and luontai. Now, do you know have you been able to discover the most regular alphabets in the subjunctive?
Most regular alphabet.
In the subjunctive.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is it?
Yes, sir.
What
this,
is the most?
This letter. This sigma.
No, it's
sigma
not.
Is
Sigma came in only when you got to the aorist. Hello?
Yes, sir. So what of pi or omicron?
It's not omicron, it's omega.
Okay, omega.
Omega is your most constant. And then you play also with eta.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you should be able to recognize their forms. The first aorist middle, luomai,
Yes, sir.
luamai, lumetha, luce, luceste, lucontai, lucetai, lucontai. And we just study all those forms. Now
Okay,
let's
sir.
look at this. Any second aorist passive will be written as above. The second aorist stem plus the endings. The following should be observed from the above forms of the subjunctive. A long connecting vowel, either omega or eta, replace the short vowels omicron and epsilon of the indicative mood. That is one thing I want you to get.
Yes,
The
sir.
subjunctive tenses have primary endings, and there is no augment in the aorist. This is because the time of action is lost outside the indicative mood. It is the kind of action that becomes paramount. The irregular accent of the aorist passive is the result of the contraction of the with the long omega and eta connecting vowel. Now, let's try and get what the subjunctive mood actually does. Now, in this illustration of the moods, we try to explain the difference between the moods. Now, the indicative mood expresses an action that is really taking place. So, for example, the child is running. So that tells you that that running is going on. That is the indicative mood. But when you get to the subjunctive mood expresses an action that is not taking place, but it is objectively possible. Now, so the sentence, the child runs, when it comes to the subjunctive will become if the child runs. In other words, the child is not really running now, but it is possible that the child will run. So that's why we said it is objectively possible. Then in the objective mood, you have O, that the child will run. That expresses an action that is subjectively possible. And the final one is the imperative mood, which expresses an action that is volitionally possible. In other words, that action will result from the exertion, from the exertion of the will of the one to produce the action on the part of another. Are you still there? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the time of action in the subjunctive is relative to the action of the main verb. The kind of action finds its expression as linear in the present, punctiliar in the aorist. Now, for example, Ian Luo would translate if I continue losing. See, anywhere you see Ian, be sure that that is a subjunctive mood.
Yes,
because
sir.
Ian is used only with subjunctive mood.
Yes, sir.
Then if you see Ian Luso, which is the aorist, it means if I lose just once. So there is no issue of time in the subjunctive mood. It is the kind of action that matters. Now let's look at the sentences here. They all seem to be subjunctive, aorist subjunctive. Erkomai ina aipo auto. Erkomai, if you know your vocabulary very well, means I come.
Yes,
or
sir.
I am coming. Ina is also a word that is used in order that or that can be usually used for purpose. So hypo is put also in the aorist. So I call that I may speak to him. Then the second sentence says, Elthon ina hypo autu. I came that I might speak to him. And the third one is Neusomai ina hypo autu. I shall come that I may speak to him. Now, what are the functions of the subjunctive mood? We have what we first call the hortatory subjunctive. The hortatory subjunctive is the use of the first person plural form of the verb to exhort other people to join in an action that is deemed beneficial to all. For example, Elthomen, Eiston, Oikon, let us go. Elthomen, let us go. It's a first person plural. And that is the only form of the first person plural that is used for the hortatory subjunctive. Then you have what we call the prohibitive subjunctive. Now, the prohibitive subjunctive is the use of the second person aorist subjunctive to express a negative command. Look at the example here. Ice pyrasmon me eisenekes emas. Now, if you see any sentence with may, that negative particle is always a subjunctive one. Okay?
Yes, sir.
And this sentence will translate, lead us not into temptation. Okay. Now, you need to know.
I want to ask questions.
All right.
If we want to explain this function, is it can we give only the English example?
You should also give the Greek. Just try to get that into your head. If you give me a Greek example, it will be much more, you will fetch more marks. Now,
yes, sir.
Because you will not really fully get it in English. Now, look at this very important warning. The present subjunctive is never used for this form of prohibition. It is aorist subjunctive. And if you look at this negative command, it is used to forbid the commencement of an action. Take care of that. It forbids commencement. So, for example, even though that sentence says, lead us not into temptation, the real import is don't ever start to lead us into temptation. Don't let it even occur. Now, there is another form of prohibition which you will have in the imperative. That one is used to stop an action that is already in progress.
Yes, sir.
So, distinguish between the prohibitive subjunctive and the prohibitive imperative. Then you have the deliberative function. The deliberative subjunctive is used to express a question which is either a mere rhetorical device, a rhetorical question expects no answer, or a real question that will expect an answer in the imperative. For example, ti hypo umin. Translation is, what shall I say to you? So either this question has no answer, or if you will give an answer, the answer will be say this or say that, which is an imperative. Now you have the emphatic negation. Now, the subjunctive is used to express emphatic negation. And when it does this, it brings two negative particles together. Remember that U is a negative particle of the indicative. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Then me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Me is the emphatic, is the negative particle of the subjunctive mood. So in the subjunctive, the two usually are brought together. And I gave an example here. U me ekfuksin. U me ekgufosin. Now, which will be translated, instead of saying that they will not escape, the meaning would be they shall by no means. You know, that is a stronger one. They shall by no means escape.
Sir, is this word stronger? Is it stronger or stringer?
It should be stronger. It's stronger because two negative particles. Hello? What's wrong with your audio? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Your audio seems to be having problem. Hello?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. Now, the next one is subjunctive of purpose. The subjunctive of purpose.
Can you
hear me? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you, sir.
All right. All right. The subjunctive of purpose is also called the final subjunctive, and it is the use of the subordinate clause to express purpose. The main particle used in this kind of construction is ina. And for example, erkomai, that should be erkomai. Erkomai ina aipo autu, which will be translated, I come in order that I may speak to him. And the final one is the probable future. This is when the future condition is expressed by subjunctive along with ian, and we will discuss it under conditional sentences. Now let us look at conditional sentences. There are about 4 classes of conditional sentences in Greek. The first class, the first class condition affirms the reality of the condition. Are you following? Hello? I think we're having network issues. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the first one. But I'm not sure this one has a lot of subjunctive. Have you done this exercise? Okay, ina agapomen allelus. This is one subjunctive. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Did you do this assignment?
It's like this. This is the one you asked me to do, sir.
Yeah. Okay, let me hear what you have done.
Okay. Let me bring the assignment book.
Okay. Be fast because your time is going.
Okay, this is it, sir.
All right. I asked you to
You
bring
said
the
I should
first
pick out the now.
The first 10.
Yes, sir.
All right, go on.
Yes, sir. Sir, the first one I choose is this, the word presbyterios.
Presbyteros. Okay.
Yes, so it was masculine and
Yes.
it is nominative and
Yes.
singular.
Good. That's fine. The next one.
So the other one is Korea.
Korea. Okay.
Korea.
Okay.
It was feminine.
Feminine. Yes.
Yes, sir. Nominative.
Are you sure that's nominative? Okay, go on.
And the word is, I pick it from the plural for under feminine noun, the first plural form.
Okay.
So the other one is technos.
Yes.
The word technos is plural.
Okay.
And I take it from neuter.
All right.
And it is, I don't write it whether it's singular or I don't write it whether it's nominative or accusative.
You have to know because the case is important.
Okay. The other one is agapo.
Agapo. Is agapo a noun?
Is abstract.
Extra. Okay, what does it? Okay. Go on.
So it's a singular word. And it represents the first person. It represents the first person singular. The word O there, and it is feminine.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So the other one is taken from this aletheia.
Yeah.
It is neuter and it is plural.
Okay.
And it is neuter, it is plural.
What case?
And it is nominative.
Okay. The next one.
The next one is monos.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir.
Sure.
The next one will be from number 2, which has the same aletheia.
Mm-hmm.
This aletheia now is now accusative.
Okay.
And it is singular.
Okay.
And it is.
I would not expect you. I'm not expecting you to repeat any noun. 10
okay.
nouns.
Okay. There's another one I choose, which is number 2. The word meste.
That's meta.
Okay, meta.
Meta is a preposition. It's not a noun.
Okay.
You have charis, a noun. Eleos, a noun. Irene, a noun. Theo, a noun. Patros, a noun. There are a lot of nouns there.
Okay.
Then, Jesu Christu is a noun.
Yes, I have that one.
Then, Patros is a noun.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm trying to see. Okay. Now, you did well on that one. But make sure, go back and revise and take a look at number, gender, case.
Okay, sir.
And make sure that you do not repeat any noun. And make
Okay,
sure
sir.
you do not omit any noun.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, please, sir, can we just go back to it so that I will write something down.
Okay. So what do you want us to do with it?
I just want you to repeat something for me, sir.
Like what?
The 10 nouns I don't know whether all the one I choose, they are nouns, whether they are correct.
Presbyteros is a noun.
Okay, sir.
Gloria is a noun. Technois is a noun. I'm not sure about agapo, but you can check it. Aletheia
Okay.
is a noun. I'm not sure about that. Should be only. It's a kind of an adjective.
Yes, it's only.
Yeah, so it's an adjective, really. It's not a noun.
Okay.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
But egnocotes may be a noun because of the oil in front of it. Remember,
Okay.
oil is a definite article.
Yes, sir.
So if egnocotes is following the oil, then there is a likelihood that it's a noun. But I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure yet what kind of. Okay, it might be one of those stupid thought syncopated nouns.
Yes, sir.
Estai, Metha, Emon. I know Caris is a noun. You have seen Caris.
Yes, sir.
Eleos is a noun. Irene is a noun. They are all likely going to be masculine. Sorry, they are all likely to be singular nouns. But Caris may be feminine. Eleos is definitely masculine. Irene is definitely masculine. Theo is a noun. Theo is singular. You should know Theo by now.
Yes, sir.
In its genitive. Patros is a noun. And patros looks like nominative masculine, singular. Jesu Christu, well, now, let's take it as now. So we've almost finished everything. By the time you get to that, by the time you finish bar 3, you should be ending all the 10 now.
Okay.
So go back and study them again.
Thank you, sir.
All right. I don't know. There are other passages where we have, I don't know the units, we have this kind of thing in the Let me see what we have in this middle voice thing. All right, there is one here. O presbyteros gaio to agapeto onigo agapo en alethia. Agapete peri panton escumai, eucomai, se idiostai kai ugianen kathos iodotai su esuken. Ekarne garlian ercomenon adelphon kai marturunton su te aletheia kathosu en aletheia peripatai. Maizoterantonto, I don't know what. I'm not seeing many subjunctive here. Okay, let's go to the next one.
Okay, sir.
Try to go through that passage and see if you can discover subjunctive and imperative moods there.
Okay.
Have you downloaded all these modules?
Yes, sir.
So because you need to go through them and see those ones that have Bible passages under them. And
Okay.
practice them because they will be better for you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, this is Ephesians 1-5. Okay, here I ask you to identify imperfect indicative verbs and state whether they are active, passive, or middle. Paulos, Apostolos, Christo, Dea, Telma. Okay. There is something in the fourth module, Abby.
Yes, sir.
Let me check what we have in the fourth module. Let me see. But I'm not going to give you any syntactical things. Now, we talk about the anathros construction. Hello, Mary.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We talk about the anathros construction.
Yes, sir.
Study these syntactical issues in nominative case. N ake N o logos, kai o logos, N proston theon, kai theos, N o logos. I think this should be the case. Everything here is an explanation of the anathros construction and its implication for translation. Take a look.
Okay.
All right. Just that one alone.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I don't think you are not. Don't bother yourself for all these ones.
Yes, sir.
Forget about all these ones.
Okay, sir.
All right. It's okay. Let me see if I can get that. Send your email to me.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I will try to send that maybe First John chapter 1 to you.
Okay, sir.
So that I'll see if you can be able to send it to me. I'll try to send it to you tonight. So
thank you, sir.
All right, let's end the class for now so that you have enough time.
And I'm very grateful, sir.
Yeah, send that to me as quickly as you can. All right, take
okay,
care.
Sir.
Yeah, if you need that, we have
yes, sir.
tomorrow. Call me so that I can schedule it.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
What do you say, sir?
I said if you think we should have a class tomorrow, call me around
okay, sir.
3 so that I will schedule
okay.
it. All right.
Okay. Thank you, sir.